Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Let's do triangles, chapter 15. So we are working out certain problems in triangles and there are certain properties that we will be following. Question 1. In each of the following, find the marked unknown angles. So the unknown angle in question 1 is Z. Now there are three interior angles in a triangle. So we have 70 degrees, 72 degrees and Z. Now there's a very important property which says the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. So if you add up all three angles, it should be equal to 180 degrees. So in that case, 70 degrees plus 72 degrees plus Z should be equal to 180 degrees. So let's start working this out. Now let's add up 70 degrees and 72 degrees. So 70 plus 72, let's add it up, 2. 7 plus 7 is 14. So 142 degrees plus Z is equal to 180 degrees. Now the unknown angle here, I'm going to leave it on the left hand side. And what is on the right hand side, I'm going to leave it as it is. Now I'm going to move 142 from the left hand side to the right hand side. When I move, let me look at this operation here. It's addition. So when we move this number to the right hand side, the operation changes to subtraction. So 180 minus 142 degrees. So let's minus that. 180 minus 142. So 0 minus 2 you can't do. Let's borrow. So that's 7 and 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 7 minus 4 is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. So this is equal to 38 degrees. So we have found the unknown angle to have a value of 38 degrees. Question 2. Here we have two triangles. So let's consider this as the first one and this as the second one. So we follow the same property which says the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. So let's look at triangle 1. The sum of the interior angles, that is 40 degrees plus 45 degrees plus A, the unknown angle here is A, is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so now let's add up 40 plus 45. 40 plus 45, 5, 4 plus 4 is 8. So here we get 85 degrees plus A is equal to 180 degrees. Now the unknown angle A, I'm leaving it on the left hand side. What is on the right side? I'm leaving it there as it is. I'm going to move 85 degrees from the left hand side to the right hand side. And my operation here, which is addition, will now change to subtraction. So 180 degrees minus 85 degrees. Let's minus 180 and 85. So here 0 minus 5 I can't do. I'm going to borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. Now 7 minus 8 I cannot do. So I'm going to borrow again. 17 minus 8, which is 95. So after subtracting these two, I got 95. A is equal to 95 degrees. Now let's go on to triangle 2. Because our unknown angle there is B. Okay, so follow the same property. The sum of the interior angles of a triangle is always 180. So let me add up 50 degrees plus 80 degrees plus B is equal to 180 degrees. Now let me add up 50 plus 80. So 50 plus 80 equals 130. So I write 130 degrees plus B is equal to 180 degrees. I'm going to leave B on the left hand side and I'm going to take 130 degrees to the right hand side, and the operation, which is addition, will now change to subtraction. So I write 180 degrees minus 130 degrees. So let's minus that. 180 minus 130. 8 minus 3 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. So I get 50 degrees. So I found the value of the unknown angle B to be 50 degrees. So I have found the unknown angles A is equal to 95 and B is equal to 50. So I found the value of the unknown angles. Question 3. So here we have a triangle again, and we follow the same property which says the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is always 180. Now this will be one interior angle, then we have x and we have 60. So I need to add up all these and it will be equal to 180. So let me do that. 20 degrees plus 45 degrees plus 60 degrees plus x equals 180 degrees. So here the unknown angle is x. So first thing, I will add up all these. So let's do that. 20 plus 45 plus 60. 5. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. I've got 125 degrees. So 125 degrees plus x equals 180 degrees. Here I'm going to leave x on the left hand side, 180 on the right hand side as it is. I'm going to move 125 degrees to the right hand side, and the operation of addition will now change to subtraction. Minus 125 degrees. Let's subtract 180 degrees minus 125 degrees. Okay, now I need to borrow 7. This is 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 7 minus 2 is 5. So I've got my unknown angle. The value is 55 degrees. So x equals 55 degrees. Question 2. Can a triangle have the following angles? If the triangles can follow this property, that is, if they're all equal to 180 degrees, then they can be part of a triangle. So this property has to be followed. So in that case, I need to add 55 degrees plus 55 degrees plus 80 degrees. So let's add that up and see. 55 plus 55 plus 80. 5 plus 5 is 10. I carry 1. 5 plus 5 is 10. Plus 1, 11. Plus 8 is 19. Now after adding these three, I have got 190 degrees. 190 degrees is not equal to 180 degrees, which is the condition if these three angles should be part of a triangle. So can a triangle have the following angles? No, a triangle cannot have these angles. So the answer there is no. Second one, 33, 74 and 73. So let's add that up and see. 33 degrees plus 74 degrees plus 73 degrees. Let's add it up. 74 and 73. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. I carry 1. 7 plus 4 is 11. Plus 7 is 18. So I've got 180. So 180 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. That means a triangle can have these three angles because they add up to 180 degrees. So the answer here is yes. Third question. Let's add up these three angles. 85 degrees plus 95 degrees plus 22 degrees. So let's add that up. 85 plus 95 plus 22. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12, carry 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. I've got 202. As you can see, 202 degrees is not equal to 180 degrees. So a triangle cannot have these three values as its angles. So what is the answer? The answer is no. Find x if the angles of a triangle are the following. So suppose there are three angles. As you know, there are only three angles in a triangle. And if the angles are x degrees, and x degrees, find the value of x. So we have to remember this. The sum of the interior angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. That means if I add up x degrees plus x degrees plus x degrees, it will be equal to 180 degrees. X plus x will give me 3x. 3x degrees is equal to 180 degrees. What does it mean when we say 3x degrees? We mean 3 into x. When we say 3x, we are meaning 3 into x. 3 into x degrees is equal to 180 degrees. I'm going to leave the unknown angle x here on the left hand side, 180 degrees on the right hand side. I'm going to move 3 to the other side. Now the operation here is multiplication. So when 3 goes to the other side, it becomes division. 3. Now let me divide 180 by 3. I can do this kind of division also. Okay, 3 6s are 18 and 0. So when I divide, I get 60. So here the value of the angle x is 60 degrees. So the question is find x, and we have found x. X is equal to 60 degrees. Second question again, these are the three angles of a triangle. So the property says the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. So that means if I add up x degrees plus 2x degrees plus 2x degrees, that should be equal to 180 degrees. Now this is 1. So let's add it up. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So I have 5x degrees, which is equal to 180 degrees. So what do I mean when I say 5x? I mean 5 into x degrees. 5 into x degrees equals 180 degrees. I'm going to leave x degrees here on the left hand side, 180 degrees on the right hand side. I'm moving 5 to the right hand side. My operation multiplication will now become division. So let me divide 180 by 5. 5 3s are 15. Now what is left? 16, 17, 18, that's 3. Okay, so let me write 3 here. Now I have 30. 5 6s are 30. So when I divide 180 by 5, I get 36 degrees. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 36 degrees. The next sum. These are the three angles of a triangle, and the property is the sum of these angles is always 180. So let's add it up. 2x degrees plus 4x degrees plus 6x degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Let's add this up. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. So 12x degrees is equal to 180 degrees. What do I mean when I say 12x? I mean 12 into x degrees. It is equal to 180 degrees. So leaving x on the left hand side and 180 degrees on the right hand side, I'm going to bring 12 to the right hand side and make it division. So 180 degrees divided by 12. 12 ones are 12 minus 8 minus 2 is 6, 60. 12 fives are 60. So I've got my answer 15 degrees. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 15 degrees. Question 4. One angle of a right angle triangle is 70 degrees. Find the other acute angle. Now read the question carefully and see if you can find a clue anywhere. One angle of a right angle triangle. Right angle means 90 degrees. Okay, so we have a right angle triangle. One angle is 70. We have to find the other acute angle. So right angle equals 90 degrees. One angle equals 70 degrees. The other acute angle, we'll call it x, and we're going to find out based on this same property. Sum of the interior angles of a triangle is always 180. So let's add up all three. 90 degrees plus 70 degrees plus x equals 180 degrees. Add up 90 and 70. 90 plus 70. 9 plus 7 is 16. 160 degrees. So 160 degrees plus x equals 180 degrees. Leaving x here and leaving 180 degrees there, I'm going to move 160 to the other side. The operation is addition. It now becomes subtraction. 180 minus 160 degrees. So 180 degrees minus 160. Let's see. 8 minus 6 is 2. 20 degrees. So the other acute angle, so you need to write that. The other acute angle, what is the value of that? It is equal to 20 degrees. Question 5. In triangle ABC, angle A is equal to angle B is equal to 62. So angle B is 62 and angle A is equal to angle B. That means A is also 62. Now we have to find angle C based on this property that the sum of these angles is always 180. So we have to do angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180 degrees. Angle A is 62 degrees, B is 62 degrees, and C is what we are going to find out. So let's add up 62 and 62. 62 plus 62. 2 plus 2 is 4. 6 plus 6 is 12. So we've got 124 degrees plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Now since we have to find angle C, I'm leaving it on the left hand side. And what is on the right, I'm leaving it there. Now I'm going to move 124 to the other side. The addition operation will now change to subtraction. So let's subtract this. 180 degrees minus 124. This is 7, 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 7 minus 2 is 5 and 0. So we found out that angle C is equal to 56 degrees. Question 6. In triangle ABC, angle B is equal to angle C. And we know that angle A is 100. Find angle B. Property is the same. The sum of the interior angles of a triangle is always 180. That means A plus B plus, now instead of C, I'm going to write B, because what does this say? Angle B is equal to angle C. So let me write B again, is equal to 180 degrees. How much is angle A? It's 100. Angle B plus angle B equals 180 degrees. Now this becomes 100 degrees plus how many angles do we have here? We have two angles. Angle B plus angle B becomes two angles of B, which is equal to 180 degrees. I'm going to leave the unknown angles here on the left hand side. That means two of these angles here, 180 degrees on the right hand side. Now I'm going to move 100 degrees to the right hand side and change the operation addition to subtraction. So minus 100 degrees. 180 minus 100. 0, 8, 0. So that is 80 degrees. So two angles will be equal to 80 degrees. How do I find just one angle? So two angles means 2 into angle B, isn't it? Is equal to 80 degrees. So to find angle B alone, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to write 80 on the other side. I'm going to take 2 to the right hand side and change this operation to division. 80 divided by 2. 2 4s are 8 and the 0. 40. So angle B is equal to 40 degrees. So we have been asked to find angle B and we found that angle B is 40 degrees. Question 7. Find, giving reasons, the unknown marked angles in each triangle drawn below. So the unknown marked angle is X. Now if you notice carefully, we have an extra angle here, 110 degrees. Now, and that is seen outside that triangle. Now if BC is extended up to D and an angle is formed there, that is called an exterior angle. Now we have a property for an exterior angle. An exterior angle 110 is always equal to the sum of its two opposite angles. Let me repeat, 110 degrees will be equal to two interior opposite. So can you see 30 degrees and x degrees? If I add up 30 degrees and x degrees, it will be equal to 110. Okay, so 110 is equal to x plus 30. And why is that so? The reason is an exterior angle of a triangle is always equal to the sum of its two opposite interior angles. So 110 is equal to x plus 30. I'm just rewriting that and putting x plus 30 on the left hand side just to make our calculation easier, and 110 on the right hand side. No other change. Now I'm going to find out the value of x. We have been asked to find the unknown angle and we are using this property to find the unknown angle x. So I leave 110 on the right hand side and the operation addition will now become subtraction, 30 degrees. 110 minus 30 degrees. Let's subtract. 110 minus 30. 0. Now I need to borrow here. So 11 minus 3 is 8. So I have found my unknown angle x. The value is 80 degrees. And how did I find this? By using a new property which says an exterior angle of a triangle is always equal to the sum of its two opposite interior angles. Question 2. So here also we have an exterior angle 115 degrees and we have two unknown angles x and y we need to find. Now we don't know the values of x and y, so we cannot use the property which says exterior angle is equal to the sum of its opposite interior angles. 115 is equal to x plus y. But since we don't know the values, we are going to use another property. If you observe carefully, 115 and x, these two angles, 115 and x, are lying on the same straight line. Can you see that? Both are on the same straight line. So we are going to use a property which concerns angles on a straight line. So 115 plus x is equal to 180 degrees. What's the reason? The sum of angles on a straight line is always 180. So 115 and x together will form 180 because they are lying on the same straight line. So let's find x. 180 degrees is on the right side. Now I'm going to move 115 to the right and I'm going to change my operation addition to subtraction. 115 degrees. Now let me subtract 180 minus 115 degrees. I borrow 7. 10 minus 5 is 5. 7 minus 1 is 6. So I have found x to be 65 degrees. So now that I know x is 65 degrees, I can find y. I will use the next property which says an exterior angle of a triangle is always equal to the sum of its two opposite interior angles. That means 115 is equal to x plus y. So let me write that. X plus y equals 115 degrees. Now we know how much x is. We just found out x is 65 degrees. So let's use that. 65 degrees plus y equals 115 degrees. To find y, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave 115 there. I'm going to move 65 to the right hand side and the addition becomes subtraction, minus 65 degrees. So let me subtract 115 minus 65 degrees. 5 minus 5 is 0. I borrow 11 minus 6 is 5. So I have found that y is equal to 50 degrees. So I have found x to be 65 and y to be 50 degrees. Question 3. Here we have 110, the exterior angle, and that's equal to the sum of its opposite interior angles. 2x plus 3x will be equal to 110. And what's the reason? Because the exterior angle is equal to the sum of its two opposite interior angles. So 110 equals 2x plus 3x is 5x. If 5, what is the meaning of 5x? 5 into x. 5x means 5 into x is equal to 110 degrees. So x is equal to 110 and I'm going to take 5 to the right hand side. Multiplication now becomes division and we have 5 there. So let's do that division here. 110 divided by 5. 5 twos are 10. I carry 1 here. 5 twos are 10. So I have found x to be 22 degrees. Now if I know x is 22 degrees, what about 2x? So let's see, 2x means 2 into x, which is 2 into 22 degrees, which is 44 degrees. So we found this to be 44 degrees. Now what about 3x? 3x means 3 into x, which is 3 into 22 degrees, which is 66 degrees. So we have found the value of 2x and 3x. Classify the following angles according to the measure of their angles. So these are triangles. We are talking about triangles. Now when we classify triangles, we base it on their angles and also on their sides. So here in question 1, you can see angles 28 degrees, 120 degrees and 32 degrees. If one of the angles is more than 90 degrees, it is an obtuse angle, isn't it? So we have 120 here, which is more than 90 degrees. So we call it an obtuse angled triangle. Question 2. There are three angles here. Let's look at the three angles. We have 80 degrees, 70 degrees and 30 degrees, and they're all less than 90 degrees. They're all acute angles. So we call them an acute angled triangle. So this angle is called an acute angled triangle. The reason is all the angles are acute, less than 90. Third one, we have 30 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. If one of the angles is 90 degrees, it is called a right angle. So this triangle will be called a right angled triangle. Classify the following triangles according to the lengths of their sides. Now this one is based on their sides. See, there are no angles here. We have not mentioned angles at all. If you have only mentioned sides, the length of the sides and the unit is centimeters. Now here also we classify them based on the length of their sides. Here AC, if you can see, AC is 3 centimeters. BC is 3 centimeters and AB is 2.5 centimeters. There are two sides that are equal, 3 and 3. If two sides are equal, it is called an isosceles triangle. Question 2. You can see LN 4 centimeters, MN 2.5 centimeters and LM 3 centimeters. All three sides have different measurements. Such a triangle is called a scalene triangle. Question 3. LM is 3 centimeters, MN is 2 centimeters and LM is 3.5 centimeters. All three sides have different lengths, so it is a scalene triangle. Question 4. PR is 3 centimeters, QR is 3 centimeters and PQ is 3 centimeters. All three sides have the same length. Such a triangle is called an equilateral triangle. So with that, we come to the end of exercise 19 on triangles. Thank you, children.